In the early days of WordPress, if you wanted to modify the core functionality of WordPress, you had to edit those core WordPress framework files. Now, of course, the problem with this was whenever the WordPress team released an update to the framework, that would override all of your changes. So at that point, you were left with two options. One would be never update, not a good idea, or two, lose all of your modifications and start from scratch. But luckily now, with WordPress hooks, action hooks and filter hooks, we can modify the behavior of WordPress without having to touch any of those core files. It's really helpful. So I'm going to give you a crash course in working with these. First, we need to create a new plugin. So I will go into my WordPress site, WP Content, Plugins, and we'll create a new folder, and we'll call this JW Filter. I will then drag that folder into my code editor. Next, I'm going to create a new file, and we'll give it the same name. This is just for a demo. We'll call it jwfilter.php. Now, we must let WordPress know that this is a plugin. So to do so, we need to add some comments to the very top. The first comment will be, what is the name of our plugin? And we'll give this JW Filter. Next, it wants to know what is the URI where I can learn more about the plugin. In this case, we don't have anything. I will just use NetTuts. Next, we need to provide a description. We'll say just for demo purposes. Fourth, who is the creator of this plugin? I'll write my own name. You can write yours. What is the author's URI? In this case, again, I will link to NetTuts. And finally, what is the current version number? And here, it doesn't really matter. We'll add 1.0. Now, it's also common to insert a copy of the GPL license to let people know how they're able to use your code. In this case, we're not going to clutter up our plugin. We'll keep it like so. Now, in order for WordPress to see this, we need to wrap it within comments. WordPress will scan each file within our plugins directory, and when it finds this commented code, that signals to it, hey, this is a plugin, I need to make it available. Let's now go into the WordPress dashboard and check. I will scroll down to Plugins, Installed Plugins, and sure enough, you can see our plugin is now available with the description, the creator, and the plugin site. I will activate it, but of course, we haven't written any functionality, so that's not going to do anything just yet. In the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to create a filter hook.